Our job here in America is to be like the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam when Allah says, مَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. I've only sent you as a mercy to all of the worlds. But brothers and sisters, you can't help these people if you don't tell them the truth. What truth? In my conclusion, can this thing come out? Now I'm really going to do something crazy now. I'm sorry. Brothers and sisters, a couple weeks ago, so you'll remember, I was in New York City, and by the way, I'm on a plane every weekend. Virtually every weekend I'm on the plane going somewhere. And I'm telling you now, I am profiled all the time. I go to LaGuardia Airport, my luggage, and I go like everybody else on the curbside checking. And everybody being checked in, right? So I come there, and they say, well, I'm sorry, sir, you have to go inside. This is just random checking. That's all right, no problem. So I go inside, take my luggage inside, I go to the ticket agent, and the ticket agent said, well, sorry, sir, you got to go over there for screening. Now, nobody else is getting screened, but I got to go for screening, right? And they said, oh, don't worry, it's just random checking. So I said, all right. So I go there and I go to my bag, and they, looking at your personal stuff. Looking at your stuff. Ugh. So, okay, you're fine. So I go and get my ticket. And I go to security like everybody else. And after I come to the security, I clear security. They say, sir, step right this way, please. You see, every once in a while, we're taking someone out the line. This is a random check-in. So everybody else going through, right? Even people that beep, they go through. But me, they check me. No problem. It's okay. So now I go to the terminal, sitting down, waiting to get on the plane. Right, and I'm going. I said, well, fine, I'm getting on the plane now. About to go on the plane. They said, sir, please, you got to come this way. I said, I know, random check-in. They said, yeah, that's right. So now you have to imagine now, right? I'm standing there, my hands like this. They're checking me, and all the people going on the plane looking at me. And I'm by myself, right? So when I get in the plane now, everybody's already in the plane, right? So I come there like this, and everybody looking at me. and get in my seat. Because you're because I'm a popular man, right? Now, brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. Nobody likes to be spit upon. That's human nature. But what makes it worse, don't spit on me and call it rain. Is it raining? Right? Now people are looking at me as if I am the enemy. Allah knows I'm not the enemy. And I became a Muslim to make America better. It's foolish for people to think that Muslims hate America. How could you hate America? And I am in America. I am an American. I'm a Muslim. I'm an Amerikiyun. I'm an Aswadu. I'm a Muslim. I'm an Amerikiyun. I'm an American. How can, nowhere in the Quran does it say hate Americans. Nowhere in the Quran does it say hate the West. No. So now, a whole lot of people being pulled out of line, whole lot of people in jail simply because of their name sound Muslim, or they look Arab, or they look Islamic, or they dress Islamic, and they're being profiled. And now some of my Muslim brothers and sisters who migrated to this country now understand the plight of the African American who've always been profiled. And now I'm profiled first as an African American, and now I'm profiled as a Muslim too. So now, I go to LaGuardia Airport on my way to Atlanta, Georgia. So I get on the plane. And where am I going? Atlanta, Georgia. Just want to see if you're listening. Where am I going? Now, I don't know about you. When I get on a plane, I don't go to sleep. Keep your eyes open. Because some strange stuff be happening on the plane. So I like to sit in the window seat. So I'm sitting in the window seat, right? Buckled up, and the plane takes off. Zoom! And I'm looking, and I'm looking, I said, there's Shea Stadium. Yeah. And we flying. And I said, yeah, there's the Bronx over there. And there's Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I see it. And I'm flying, I'm saying, and there's the George Washington Bridge. And I'm flying, I said, there's Yonkers. And I said, well, wait a minute. We're going north. In Atlanta, Georgia, south. So, okay, I'm watching this stuff now, right? And I'm saying to myself now, as the plane continues to fly northward, I'm saying, okay, Mr. Pilot, turn. And the plane's still going. I said, well, you got to turn now. And it's still going. And all of a sudden, it starts to turn 180 degrees. And now it's going in the right direction. How do I know? Because I was awoke and able to see the landmarks, recognize the signs. But if you sleep, you can't see the signs. And if you sleep, you can't recognize the landmarks. And you're going in the wrong direction and don't even realize you're going in the wrong direction because you sleep and the shepherd won't wake you up and tell you that you're going in the wrong direction. Question. In America, whose hands are on the throttle and whose feet are on the brakes? They're not your hands, they're not your feet. Our leadership is making and will continue to make critical errors that will hurt all of us. And you're a fool not to say anything. Like good people, righteous people, and evil people on the ship, and the evil people begin to drill a hole in the ship. And the prophet said, if you don't stop him, you destroy yourself and you destroy him. And if you stop him, you save him and you save yourself. But you can't save the American people if you don't speak the truth. If you're too jittery, too afraid, I don't want to, we're just like you, we're exactly the same. No. We're not just exactly the same. This is why you have the Quran, you have truth. You have the Sunnah of the Prophet shared with the people. And now we must go beyond rhetoric. And I'm saying this last thing, and I'm serious about this, brothers and sisters. We as Muslims must end the extremism in our own communities. Fight against it. Speak out against it. It's wrong, brother. I'm not down with that. Nah, I'm following the example of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. You know, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, magic, you want me to tell you the magic, the modern day magicians? In my opinion, the modern day magicians is the magic of the media. And don't think media is some nebulous, the media is against us. What media? Who are you talking about? Media is people with agendas. Some people are ignorant, we give them that. Some don't know, we give them that. Others know exactly what they're doing. And they're trying to paint you with a broad brush as evil, wicked people, and they know that's not the case. But now we got to fight and defend ourselves and defend ourselves and defend ourselves while they go scot-free. I'm not going for it. Prophets gave their lives to teach the truth. Our fight, brothers and sisters, not with guns and knives and bombs. That's so foolish. That's not our fight. Our fight is simply the truth as we know it. The last thing I want to say, I got a phone call from Fox News. Imam Siraj, we're very happy with the work that you've done since 9/11. We want you to come on our show and talk about the great work that you're doing. I said, you want me to come on your show to talk about the great work I'm doing? They said, yeah, Imam Siraj, everybody in America ought to know you the one. I said, I'm the one. They said, you the one. I believe them. What's the name of that show? Fox, huh? No, not O'Reilly. Yeah, Hannah, there you go. And so I'm saying, I'm telling everybody, I said, yeah, guess what? I'm going on Fox News, man. So I get to the studio, man, and you know, they put the makeup on me. That was new. They said, you shining too much. I said, yeah, I bet I'm shining too much. So, man, I mean, really, I'm saying it didn't even hit the thing yet. I'm about to sit, didn't even hit the thing yet. I'm about to sit down, and they got the camera on me, and say, Imam Siraj, isn't it true that the Quran says that the Muslims shouldn't take the Christians and Jews as friends and protectors? Didn't the Quran say that? And isn't this bigotry? I thought you wanted me to talk about what I was doing. Now, this is an attack on the Quran. Not a problem. We can defend the Quran. It's the word of Allah. Allah honored me to say something on behalf. Allah don't need me. Allah honored me on behalf of him to say something about the Quran. I said the problem is you don't know the Quran and you don't know Arabic and you take things out of context. How dare you? And people do this and it's sickening. You take a book, 114 chapters that was revealed in 23 years. You have the audacity to take a verse out of it, out of context, throw it out there, no explanation, no nothing, and you weren't after me. You were after those millions of people that were listening and watching to say that, see how Islam is against Christians and Jews. And I said, well, since you asked, let me tell you something. Let me quote what it says. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tattakhidhu yahuda wan nasara awliya ba'duhum awliya ba'd. Oh, you who believe, don't take the Christians and Jews as awliya. What does awliya mean? It's the plural of the word wali. What does wali mean? One of the names of Allah, al-wali. He's the protector. This is why, sisters, when you read the hadith of the Prophet, he says, la nikaha illa biduni wali. There's no marriage without what? A friend? There's no marriage without a friend? It's stupid. It's asinine. Is asinine okay? It's okay? Just don't get excited. So now, there's no marriage without a guardian, a protector. Your father is your natural guardian. Your father protects his daughter. That's what the hadith is saying. Now, listen. Everyone knows that Muslims are allowed to marry the people of the book. Who are the people of the book? Christians and Jews. Think about this. Allah is saying in the same Quran, you permitted to marry the people of the book. So what are you saying? You can marry them, but don't be friends to them. Come on, silly. It's silly. So brothers and sisters, I'm finished. I'm saying to you, trust this, trust me. If the American people knew Muslims for what they're supposed to be, they would want them to be their neighbors. Muslims are not even allowed to hurt animals unjustly. Meaning what? You're allowed to slaughter an animal to eat. But even when you do it, you have to make sure there's no suffering of the animal. And you have to sharpen your blade so that the animal doesn't suffer. Even our tradition taught us that a prostitute, gave water to a dog. And Allah forgave that prostitute for giving water to a dog. Our tradition taught us that a woman was punished in the hellfire because she tortured a cat. How much more so with human beings? I'm on the plane. Now I'm on the plane and this little white woman, old woman, she's negotiating with her luggage, trying to get it up there in the overhead. She can't do that. I said, ma'am, let me do that. She, you can do that? I said, yeah. I said, let me, and I always do that. It don't matter, woman, man, black, white, don't make me a difference. So why you do that? You a Muslim. Why do it? Because I'm a Muslim. That's what I'm supposed to do. not going to have no threat with me. You're gonna check me against myself. I'm not going to do nothing to myself, nor you. And let me tell you this thing about suicide. Let nobody fool you. Somebody was right when they said suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. All these problems can be worked out. And you as a Muslim, we as Muslims have to be patient and do it in the best way. And even when Muslims have to fight to defend themselves, America is fighting to defend herself, then why are you now apologizing that in the Islamic Sharia you have a right to defend yourself? And sometimes, brothers and sisters, you have to fight to defend yourself. But even if you do, Allah says, وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ مُعْتَدِينَ. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight against you, but even then, don't go beyond the boundaries. Don't be aggressive. So even in war, there's rules of engagement. If you're Muslim, you follow those rules of engagement, and you never take innocent lives. Never! Never take innocent lives. No. Don't let the media fool you. And the way we can get around that, show that we mean the good for America is to live our creed and be the best Muslims that we can be. May Allah bless us and help us. Assalamu alaikum. I know you want to next do 5 minutes. Okay.
Thank you, Imam Siraj, for that amazing presentation, alhamdulillah. We just have a few minutes for questions and answers, but the format will be different this time. We will be handing out note cards and pens, and the ushers, if you can raise your hands.
I don't mind if you just...
They can come up?
Yes.
Okay, I guess you can come up.
Please. You have mics over?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.